Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. Well, yesterday I started our New Year's video thoughts of the day talking about pomegranates and their significance, and I thought I'd continue with the food theme this week. So here I am in a kitchen, and I'm getting ready to feed 5,000 people. Okay, not really, but I am getting ready to talk about Mark chapter 6, which records the story of Jesus feeding 5,000 people. Now, yesterday I had a chance to get into a line at In-N-Out Burger. I don't know if you've eaten at In-N-Out Burger, but the people who like it don't just like it, they love it. And the line with cars, by my count, was 28 cars deep. Somehow, In-N-Out Burger moved through those cars so fast that I was able to get in and drive through and actually get the food order for those I was grabbing food for. So I was thinking they can serve 28 cars, but there's a big difference between that and 5,000 people. Now, I love the way Mark tells the story, because Mark puts it after the disciples of Jesus have been out ministering to the people and evidently drawing quite a lot of attention, because the disciples return and Jesus says to them, "Y'all need a rest. Let's get you to a desolate place so you can rest." Now, desolate place and rest, those are key buzzwords, especially if you were a Jew living in the time of Jesus, because those are the very words that are talked about in the wilderness experience that Israel had when God brought them up out of Egypt. They went into the wilderness to a desolate place where they rested in the Lord. And at least this is before their 40-year wandering took on a different manner. But here they were out in the wilderness resting. Jesus harkens back to that story. Now, as they go to a desolate place, they're in a boat and they're going, but the people see them. And so the crowds are coming with them saying, this is it. And the desolate place with no rest isn't going to turn out to be so desolate. Now, the interesting part is the crowd that comes moves Jesus in pity. And Jesus says they're like sheep without a shepherd. Now, this is really important also. And the importance of this stems from the fact that, again, if you go back to that exodus of the people, Moses, after leading them into the desolate place to rest, as Moses is about to die, Moses asks God and prophetically proclaims that God will send Israel another one like Moses to lead them, lest they be like sheep without a shepherd. That's the language used. So that language was used by Moses in Deuteronomy, but it's echoed in Mark as Jesus took pity on the people, still sheep without a shepherd. But Jesus was the prophetic one who was going to take them in that desolate place and not only give them rest, but give them food. And he feeds in a miraculous way the 5,000. Reminiscent, of course, of God feeding the multitudes of Israelites through their desolate place as well. So where does this leave me today other than in the kitchen getting ready to cook for one? This leads me to a recognition that God has orchestrated this entire story of Jesus over 1,000+ years in order that you and I won't live this life as a sheep without a shepherd. But we've got someone who will feed us, who will nurture us, and who will take care of us. So we're still looking at 2022, this year in front of us, but as we look in it, let's look at it with faith, excited to learn more about the Word of God, even as God feeds and nourishes our soul and takes care of us during this year. Look, He hasn't been doing this for thousands of years with hundreds of millions of people to fail you or me right now. He's got this. Let's enjoy it. Let's look at more food tomorrow, but that's your video thought for today.